You know, really don't care about everybody's needs. If I can't meet my own needs, why am I going to care about your needs? That's the motto. It's everyone's motto. It's all about self-importance and paying the taxes. It's not about you reaching out and helping your fellow man. Unless you're really well off and you have everything going for you, you can do and say what you want. Because you got a residual income coming in, and that's streaming you into the lifelong longevity of what you want to do. And those others who are protesting like me, I'm always protesting against something. There's always a protest. And people who protest push against the grain. When you push against the grain, they don't like that. They don't like the feeling. Like, why is that person a renegade, a rebel by himself? Why is he doing that? He shouldn't just go with the grain, be part of the solution so more people can pay taxes unconditionally, just keep paying. But pay taxes for a reason, not just because it's easy on the government. By like having the bars open and having golf courses open, having like laser tag kind of places open, having like some sort of park recreational activities that are now allowed to be done, like playgrounds are open. We're not over it. We're just restless. We're just restless, and if we don't have these things open, we're going to start protesting against the world. The whole world is going to go into this crazy, dark anarchy protest mode, and everybody's going to be attacking everybody. So before they attack everybody, just like the car manufacturers built different color cars and gave us features, or else we would revoke against the governments and against car manufacturers and demand what we want, because we are basically low cortisone babies. We can't resist the urge to want more and to complain. We love complaining. Ever since the world of the internet jumped up and everybody became a personal cell phone supercomputer and everybody is communicating at the same time, we have this problem now that we want more consumption, and it's bad enough we have what we have, and we're trying to take more than we are supposed to take, and we keep trying to think that we're better because we got all the bells and whistles, and our bells and whistles will keep us full. Our lives will be full if we go to the bar, and our lives will be normal. And if I walk my dog, my life will be normal. But if I spray water on my grass will make me feel normal, because we want these back normal things that we're so used to. But the government is pulling all these stops out of the way, which they did in the past, and then they slowly opened everything up. It's right for them to open everything up, but at the same time, with what's happening with the government right now, and with what's happening with Doug and the premier, and it's like, and then bars are allowed to be open. It's like, if we leave the bars open, people are not going to listen, and they haven't listened anyways. Even though in the middle of the Covit, when everything was locked down, bars are still semi-open, but the LCBOs and the beer stores are all open. So the problem is, all the LCBOs and bars out there that are open right now, for them it's not even a big problem. It's never been a problem. It's been a problem for us. People who understand these situations. That's why I'm protesting. That's why bar owners film me as I'm like out on the street. This guy here is going to try to find a way to jump underneath there to go drink his beers. Crazy. What a crazy world we live in. Look at this guy. I'm filming this guy by accident because I'm just talking about my thing. He's going to try to find a way over there and drink his beers under the bridge. Typical. There he goes. Gonna figure out a way. He's gonna figure out a plan. This happens every day, everywhere. Nothing's changed. Everybody's still the same. Not everything is the same. I enjoy business people, business owners of their establishments filming me and then sharing it, because then I know something is working. Then I know my protest, because there was somebody in the bar where I was a few nights ago, and I was eating a meal, and I noticed a woman talking to the bartender. The bartender was wearing a mask, but the woman that came in was not wearing a mask. And I softly, gently asked her, "Hey, where's your mask? Put your mask on." And she started talking about she doesn't need a mask, and the mask thing is over. And then she left the restaurant. And then the owner went outside to talk to her and came back in without her and gave me this frown and walked by me. And then the next day, I'm at another restaurant, relaxing, chilling, and the owner of the other restaurant, walks into this other guy's restaurant and sees me and walks right by me and sits down and gets a couple of shots of Grey Goose and spends his leisure there, and then leaves, and then I leave right after. I left right after because I wanted to see his reaction when I got to his restaurant and walked into his restaurant, and he asked me kindly to leave. And I did. But then he starts filming me, and I went all Canadian on him. Pulled my fingers up, gave him the big middle finger salute, because they need to hear that. I think it's time you close your business down until COVID-19 is really over, or at least we know we're more safer with contact tracing, and we know that then you can actually open a bar fully. Because right now, the numbers are not showing up. Bars are not doing good. Business generally are not doing good. So the government relief package should include bars, and it should give them larger packages, because then they have to deal with the people that they've already introduced to alcohol through conditioning that this is the watering hole you should be hanging out at. And the governments are responsible. They should be taking down the names of all the people who ever went to any bar, and through contact tracing, so they know where everybody is, and this way they can finally stomp this out and give people who need assistance, who have alcoholic situations from the pandemic and from also just living naturally and not getting all the assistance that they could have got from social assistance to help them get better. But instead, no. It's better just leave them dying and enjoying and going to the hospitals and filling those beds quick. And then they'll be the new COVID cases to put on the list, as well the COVID list that has already grown. So it really is a problem that LCBO and the beer stores and anyone who sells beer, like even Dial a Bottle, should be stomped out. We should have no alcohol available to no one. Now, if you're going to moonshine it, but a lot of people don't know the process, how else are we going to stop this pandemic? We have to basically freeze everybody from walking. And we have to stop people from talking English. You have to almost go back to 1939. Back to the dark ages. Back to the first stock crash, the big one. And then rethink the plan. Because right now, if we put everything back to normality, And if we're talking numbers go up, numbers go down, and we have cells where numbers are up and numbers are down, this is a big dilemma. We have a catastrophic problem that's going to happen. If you let it, the way it's going, and we're talking about people going to get together no matter what, this is a major problem. And I'm willing to risk my freedom and end up in jail. But I won't do that. I won't cross that fine line with the law, because the law understands and I obey. I'm somebody who does obey. I do accept the consequences if I do cross that fine line between taxpayers and the government's law of not crossing into somebody's area because they've already told me, no, you can't, you're not allowed here anymore. It's because if we're not a little rude and we keep acting nice and polite to people, we're never gonna get this thing done. That's the bottom line. This is gonna carry on for 10 years, 20 years. Just like they said, COVID is never going away. And the second wave, I don't know. Maybe there'll be 10 more waves coming. Are you ready for 10 more waves of COVID-19? And the COVID-19 changes, gets stronger, it mutates. It's all up to you. Don't leave me the only one protesting. Everybody get up in arms and start protesting. Start helping your governments by closing down the bars, closing down places where you worship and places where you buy alcohol. And exercise clubs should also be closed still. I don't know why they're still opening up.